Turn on my broadcaster. What's up, Miss Lamitra? Alright, so I want to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio, where we are going to be talking about the folk tales. Now, I have been doing the Ngusa Saba Challenge. I threw it up there. Go to gum.co/Ngusa Saba Challenge so you get your life changed. This is a process you can take yourself through and lift yourself through almost any issue, right? Using our ancient principles. It's called life care, right? So, we also have a workshop that's coming up. Countering the instructional design of racism and anti-blackness. Injected racial scripts by a brother by the name of Wakesa. He's out of Atlanta. He runs, him and his wife run an institute called Aya Educational Institute. It's going to be a powerful workshop. I invite everybody that's going to be in Columbus to come on out. For anybody that feel like they want to join the conversation, hit me up at 614-556-4535. Now you know I'm doing my show. I'm very focused, y'all. It's real life here at Gye-Nyame. Alright, so now, let's get into the folk tale. Well, better yet, let's look at some of the stuff. I ain't even been able to check out what's been going on in the news, man. I've been so busy, but it's a beautiful thing. Right, preparing for the new school year. I'm doing all types of research. This morning I did a show on the call, right? And the piece that I was trying to get people to understand when I'm talking about the call is that when we look at the hero's journey, which is basically the rites of passage piece, which is what I've been doing for years, the hero's journey always starts with a call. Now, what happens to an individual when he don't take the call? What happens to a people when they don't take the call? Right? And we have to understand, man, this whole piece with our ancestors, this whole heroic journey, right? It wasn't just about one individual. It's about each individual, right, going on their own adventure, right? And by going on your adventure, you become a better person and you bring life to the world in which you exist in, right? You bring a new life by you taking the hero's journey, by you taking the time and going out and figuring out who you are, by you taking the challenges, by you slaying your personal dragons. You bring life to the world. You bring a new life to the world, family. And this is something that a lot of us got to understand. We got to start really wrapping our mind around this, because many of us have denied the world our shine. We have denied the world our light because we have took the easy path. We haven't taken our hero's path. So a lot of us is running around miserable in our lives. A lot as a community, we're running around miserable because we haven't taken our hero's journey, right? We refuse to call. Now let me tell you what happens historically when you look mythically at an individual that does not take the call. Two things happen. One, the universe or the creator, or whatever you call it out there, tries to force you on the path, right? A lot of times it's calamities. You know what I'm saying? So it's like terrible things start happening around you to kind of force you back on the path, right? But after you continue resisting for so long, what starts to happen is that you start to become bitter and you turn into the villain within your own story. This means that you become the bad guy, right? So now, when I'm sitting up here studying these folk tales, the one thing I'm trying to get people to understand is that these stories are not just for kids. We think that our ancestors put these down for kids, but these stories, when you sit down and you dissect them and you start breaking them down, and you start looking at them, give you answers to every issue that we have, from economic to political to social. Every issue that we have, our ancestors have already laid out for us. All the answers are there. All we have to do is be bold enough to step up and get it. Be bold enough to get out here and get it. Get out here and get on our hero's journey. Start doing the research. Start doing the work. If need be, roll up our sleeves and start doing the fighting. Right? Black folks, nobody else is going to stand up for us. We got to start standing up for ourselves. Right? So when it comes to these holidays, like this coming week in Columbus, we're gonna be celebrating the Kemetic New Year, right? And it starts on Ujamaa, right? For those that don't know, Ujamaa is the 4th day of the week. I don't feel like doing no push-ups because my daughter done caught me, my son done caught me. Matter of fact, I owe my son 7 push-ups because he caught me with Ujamaa. So the first day of the week, which starts the work week, is Moja, Kuchagli, Ujima, Ujamaa, right? The party day is Nia. I'm just trying to give y'all hints because I don't want to do the push-ups, right? Because I'm real, I keep it real with mine, right? Part of the Gusa Saba Challenge is changing the days of the week. I'm no longer talking about the moon days and the Thor's days and the olden days. I'm talking about African principle days. I'm talking about the Moja, the Kuchagli, the Ujima, Ujamaa, Nia, Kupuma. I don't care whether or not people really understand me. I don't care whether or not people really respect me. But the point is, that's part of my hero's journey. That's part of what I have to do, right? What do you have to do? What are some of the things that you're doing to set yourself apart, right? Because really, that's what it's about. That's really what it's about. What are you doing to set something up for your tribe, for your legacy? What are you doing to set yourself apart? Because everybody that's walking together in this herd-like mentality, right? Do you even know where you're going? Hell, you might as well go on your hero's journey because you just as lost with the group as you are by yourself. Be bold, family. That's all I'm saying. So now, we're going to get into the folktale from Aesop Fables. For those that don't know, every morning I do 2 broadcasts. Getting on my family's, it's rough, right? Because I get up, Umoja through Nia, I'm up at between 3 and 3:30, trying to get ready for my broadcast on Facebook, and then right after I get done with the Facebook broadcast, I do another discussion on YouTube. Right? The YouTube is up and live at 3:15. Then I post up the other ones around 9:30, and as the school year starts, I'll probably be slowing down on that. Right? So y'all can go and check out some of the stuff I'll be talking about. But today we're gonna talk about Aesop fable, and this one is called The Horse and the Ass. Now I know some of y'all just tuned in because y'all seen the cuss word, but it's not the cuss word. If you look at ancient times, the ass was another word for donkey. Stubborn individual. An individual set in their ways usually, but in this story it's going to be a little bit different. So let's go on through the story. I'll break down the story, then I'm going to let you go. Right? So now let me also say this. I'm changing my proverb show. Right? It's not going to be on Ujima, it's going to be on Ujamaa evenings. Right? So we'll have this one on Kuchaglia, Folktale for Grown Folks on Kuchaglia on these nights, and then on Ujamaa, which gives me a day in between so that I can have time to do stuff. We'll do tribal quotes. Alright, it's been so long, I done forgot the name of my show. So here we go, real short, family, here we go. Alright, shouts out to brother Rashid, Pro Cuts, Hakim. Shouts out to brother Larry Hickman Johnson. What's up, brother Larry? Long time no see, family. Shouts out to brother Gamal Brown. What's up, cousin? Shouts out to brother Shaka Siong Hasbury. Shouts out to sister Tara Hassa, Lee Nchunganji. Once again, shouts out to Miss Lamitra Hanna. Shouts out to Deanna Johnson. Shouts out to Teresa Stoltz. Thank you for stopping in. Let me send out these invites. I still don't understand these invites, so whether y'all take them or not, I don't know. Send out these invites because they say the invite pop up, so I'm going to invite you so that you come on in. Come on in, family. Come on in. I know some of y'all seen it and said, "Oh, I'm gone, man. I'm gone." There you go. There go the old man High Tim running his mouth. And that's exactly what I do, man. That's what I do, right? In a minute, I'm gonna get once I get my back together, I'm gonna start running with my feet. The Horse and the Ass. Story by Aesop, translated by George Fowler Townsend. Complete original translation from the Greek. A horse, proud of his fine trappings, met an ass on the highway. The ass, being heavily laden, moved slowly out of the way. "Hardly," said the horse, "can I resist kicking you with my heels." The ass held his peace and made only a silent appeal to the justice of the gods. Not long afterwards, the horse, having become broken-winded, was sent by his owner to the farm. The ass, seeing him drawing a dung cart, thus derided him, "Where, O boaster, are now all the gay trappings? Thou who art thyself reduced to the conditions you so lately treated with contempt." All right, several different angles we can go with that story, but let's keep it basic. Let's keep it simple, right? We have the horse who is extremely proud. The horse is in a good position in life, or at least he thinks he is, right? See, because both of these animals are in a slave position. Both these animals are slaves. One does hard labor, the other one does another labor that might be considered a little bit higher class. He receives a better treatment, but he's still a slave, which is something all of us out here in YouTube land and Facebook land need to always remember, right? Although the trappings may be a little bit better, in many cases, still a slave. I think Jay-Z might have said it, kind of said it right. You know, said rich nigga, poor nigga, fly nigga, whatever nigga, still nigga, right? The whole point that the story is trying to make, one of the pieces that we need to start picking up from the story, because a lot of these animals that we be talking about are in subservient positions to men. And as men's attitudes change, these animals' positions change. This horse, who was all high and mighty, he was high and mighty, why? Because he was in a position where he was close to the master. And because he was close to the master and the master rode on his back, this horse felt that he was above his brother, the ass. This ass, who was heavy laden and on the trail, had to step to the side for this horse that was dressed up all properly. And the horse moved to the side, and rather than the horse looking at the ass and being like, "Thank you for stepping to the side," the horse, in a haughty attitude, looked at the ass and said, "Man, I could hardly keep from kicking you in your goddamn mouth." Now, what does that have to do with a lot of us? Many of us know people in our lives that's like this horse, right? They feel that they're better than you because they eat a little bit higher on the hog. They feel that they have contempt for you. Or maybe you might be the horse. Maybe you might need to be careful, right? Because some of the people that you might be, because, you know, as they say, as we take the rocket up, we always got to come back down, right? And his horse was going up, and he's zooming up. He feel he don't need nobody or nothing, right? Because, you know what I'm saying? Right now, he's at the top of the heap. He's riding with the master on his back, you know, and he's popping off flies to donkey that's struggling. And as a matter of fact, it's the donkey struggle that make it possible for this horse to be able to carry the man. But over time, this horse become broken-winded. For those that don't know what that means that eventually this horse could no longer keep up with the pace that his master wanted him to keep up with. Right? We got to understand that the masters in the situation are working these animals on specific jobs, and when you can no longer do the job, you are no longer useful. Lesson. Are y'all listening to? When you could no longer work the job, you are no longer useful. And what did the master do? The master took the horse and put him on the same damn farm that the rest of the animals that were struggling so that he could look good was on. So as he was pulling the shit cart, that's dumb. As he was pulling the shit cart, he ran into the same mule, the same ass that he had insulted. And the ass going to look at him and say, where's all your shots? Where's all your vehicles? You know what I'm saying? And the horse, well, let's see what the horse, what was the horse reply? Where, O boaster, are now all the gay trappings? Thou who art thyself reduced to the condition you so lately treated with contempt. See, we need to be kind with everybody that we're dealing with, family. Because we never know when we might be in that position. Right? But now, let me stress this, because this is one of the things I'm learning, man. I'm really learning, right? And this is why I'm using the term family a little bit more. We really got to really start identifying our family. Let me be clear. Let me be clear what you are, right? Because a lot of these moral tales that we run into, right, are telling us to treat everybody equally. You know what I'm saying? Do your neighbor unto your neighbors you will have your neighbor do unto you, right? And we got to realize that a lot of these proverbs and a lot of these sayings were said within a certain people, right? And they were talking about their people first, right? We're supposed to be kind. We're supposed to be loving. We're supposed to be good and fair with people. But we're supposed to be doing that shit first with us, with family first. Try first, right? Speaking of that, I'm doing research because we got training coming up. And y'all know, Brother Hatim, I'm going crazy over these books. And I went to the library. I fell back in love with the library again. I went back to the library and they got this book called Sustainable Revolution, Permaculture in Eco-Villages, Urban Farms, and Communities Worldwide. I know y'all like, Brother Hatim, what that got to do with school? Y'all see soon after I'll get done freaking it out. But in the concept of permaculture, what they shared was the ethics of permaculture, right? Permaculture, some of the ethics say care for the earth, husband the soil, forest, and water. Care for the people, look after self, kin, and community. Right? This is one of the things that we've been lacking in our community. Right? We've been caring for everybody else. We ain't been caring for ourselves. And the last one, excuse me, I didn't mean to close it that quick. The last one is fair share. Set limits to consumption and reproduction and redistribute surplus. Alright? And I know a lot of y'all like, what they got to do with anything? Well, we used to practice a lot of this stuff. Right? Now, family, this is what I'm saying to you, right? This horse, because he got close to the master. A horse, proud of his fine trapping, met an ass on a highway. The ass, being heavily laden, moved slowly out of the way. Hardly, said the horse, can I resist kicking you with my heels. The ass held his peace and made only a silent appeal to the justice of the gods. Family. Many of us find ourselves in the position of this ass, right? Especially those of us that's out here struggling, man. Because it's like, what's crazy is for most endeavors, you got the 80-20 rule. You got 20% of the people doing the work, 80% of the people wanting to share in all the work that you do, right? You got 20% of the people fucking it up, 80% of the people doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, it's always a 20%, right? Those of us that are involved with the 20% and is out here that's doing the work, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we got to deal with those horses, right? Those horses who act full of pride and want to kind of put you down for the shit that you're doing, right? Not realizing that their wealth and that their success is based on the work that you're putting in right now. 4535. I'm putting in the phone number for the last time. I don't think I'm gonna get any calls tonight. So now the lesson tonight is, man, always be aware of who you're dealing with when you're on your way up. because you know you're gonna have to deal with some of the same people on the way back down. Right? Always being able to remember to remain humble. Also learning to take care of your own family. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't make no sense for us to be all gracious and loving and kind and such a spiritual people with everybody else, with those people in our circles. You know what I'm saying? That is not spiritual evolution. Actually, that's a form of I believe that's a form of demonic worship. An individual can be with his own. He's all terrible, but you know, when it comes to others, he's kind. That's a form of demonic possession. You know what I'm saying? Because how can you hate you more than, you know what I'm saying? Hate you. Somebody look like you, somebody act like you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that shit falls on me, and I got to remember. We got to struggle and work our way up out of this, right? Because the only way we ever gonna really get where we need to be as a people is together. Remember this. We got to do it together, right? One of us gets $1 billion. It's not gonna do nothing to the other 99.98% of us might be dead broke. One of us, we got to rise up as a community. We got to rise up as a political, economic, social, military community. We got to move on. Once we start making gains, we got to be willing to protect us. That's what warriorship is about. Of course, you know, we want to have people talking about warriors. It's about something else. Warriors is about maintaining the territory that the nation builders govern, right? Maintaining the area and protecting all the work that the elders done put in. That's what warriorship is about, right? But yo, this brother Hatim, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. You know, we gonna get back into the swing of things. Some of our people will be crawling in hopefully in the next couple of weeks, but I want to thank those people that took the time to stop in, even if for a moment. And those of you that's gonna be checking me out real soon, later on. Of course, this is on Gye-Nyame. This will pop up on Gye-Nyame's journey. Well, no, this one won't pop up. I'm gonna have to save it in a different way. But hey, I want to say thank you once again. I want to remind you, you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Hatim. I'm sipping on some ambrosia mixed up in a smoothie, and of course, you know, there's some production. Well, I do nothing but strive to blow up your old area. All right, family. So I am out.